Good morning, Douglas Dragons. I hope that you all are doing well, that you are safe and cozy in your homes as we have a snow day off or winter weather advisory type day that we are all um, here together at home or at home with our families. So just know that the superintendent met with us yesterday and she just really wanted to just take every precautionary um, choices and decisions that she had to make as a superintendent, and she wanted us to all be able to plan for today, us as employees, and of course for our families and our students. So I'm very thankful for that. The rest of the week, we still under a weather advisory through Friday. So I'll just keep you updated as things come up. There is a possibility that we might have some delayed starts, but it all depends with our energy management system. And so just stay tuned and I will send you all the information through WhatsApp so that you get that information immediately. All right, so let me just talk to you real quickly about the purpose for this video. And like I mentioned, just so that you know, part of the closures that are happening within the district, we are going to be affected by those closures. And so, with that, what does that look like for Douglas? It means that we are now going to be a sister school to Zavala. So, originally, as you knew, the sister school to Zavala was Cooley, which is within the feeder pattern. When I met with families last year, the family had mentioned to me that through the committees that they saw themselves part of the Bowie feeder pattern. But it made sense to try to keep kids within the feeder pattern for the Jefferson area. But now with these new developments, it's very likely that our students will be coming to our school. And so this past weekend, I was informed that I'm now part of this process. And so I'm jumping in and just trying to catch up to all of this is the decisions that have been made. I was at a retreat on Monday and Tuesday with all the closure schools and all the higher ups. Um, just to as they're creating plans. So those of us have been through the closures. We didn't experience anything like this. So everything's a lot more methodical. We're doing things better because when you you do better, right? And so I think that that's definitely a good thing that we're doing as a district. What I love about the process is that myself and most of us at Douglas have experienced the closures, whether we were the closure school, part of the consolidation, or the receiving school. So we all have that experience, and what we should have done prior, like what could we have done better to include a sense of belonging? What could we have done better to bring in our teachers together? To develop a culture that is a new culture for the entire school. And so those are things that we've been working on and that I'm really proud of. And I did mention that to our higher ups yesterday about the work that we've been doing at Douglas. And so, um, we have to take care of adults just the way we have to take care of the children and their families. So, with that said, what does that look like for us? So let me give you a little bit of the particulars. What's going to happen is now that we are a second sister school, there's a plan that we had to develop from January through the end of the year. So, starting today, the families from Zavala are going to be part of what's called priority registration. Priority registration is for these particular families that are going to select the school of their choice as to where they want their children to go. There are four zones of excellence. So there's like the north, east, south, south central, and west, something like that. We fall into the Delta zone of excellence, which is going to include the Bowie, Jeff, and El Paso high feeder patterns. So if the families choose to send their children to any of those respective schools, they will receive transportation. Now, the two schools of choice are now going to be Cooley Elementary and us, Douglas Elementary. Truly, we're the closest school to Zavala. We're about a mile away versus all other schools that are 2.5 to 3 miles or more. However, those options are still available to families. So just know that. And there are going to be a lot of other particulars coming through that I will have to be working on, through finances, capital assets, things of those natures that, but I'm just going to, give you the nitty gritty as to the information that pertains to you directly right now. We will be having a job fair this Saturday, January the 11th from 9 to 12 at Bowie High School. What does that job fair consist of? Well, that job fair is for any teachers and staff that are being affected by the closures. That also includes the ACE campuses. And what the ACE campuses is, actually, they are Guillen, Tinajero, and Murphy, pre-K-8s and middle school. And so what that is all of these three campuses have fallen under the redesign, which is the model of Canyon Hills. I've talked to you all about that as well. Basically, everyone has to reapply for their jobs. And so several of these individuals have not been accepted into any of these other schools. And so there really isn't a placement, but it's also giving the teachers an opportunity and the hourly staff as well to go to another school. But we're going to focus on the schools with the closures first. And that's why it's a specialized job fair. And so I'll be there. Ms. Walker and Ms. Franco will also be there to support this process. And what does that look like for us as far as additional employees or teachers? I don't know yet. Okay, so right now with the numbers, it shows that Cooley's going to get 11 openings. Douglas doesn't show anything yet just because we're so new into the developments. And so starting today, like I mentioned, parents get to choose and select the school of choice. So we really need to encourage families from Zavala to register their children. And that'll give me a better understanding or as to how many students we're going to be receiving. Because depending on how many students we're receiving will give us a better idea as to if we need to have hire more teachers. So we have to just kind of go through the process and then prepare from there. Okay, so that's what priority registration is. I've explained the zone of excellence, so the children will receive transportation. And then what does that look like for us at Douglas? It just means that we will embrace any adults or children that come to our school, and we're going to receive them the way that we do things here at Douglas Elementary. And that's the expectation. The expectation is that we will be kind. We'll help them to have a sense of belonging, and we will take them under our wing because all of us know what it's like to be at a new school or to receive people from a new school. And so that's sometimes very scary. And we know that these individuals will be going through grief. And, it's always like the feel, felt, found structure that I use, which I understand how you feel. I have felt that way. And I found this. I found a new home. I found a new home at Douglas where I belong. And we actually have more similarities than we have differences. Okay. So that will be the expectation to ensure that we embrace all individuals, littles and bigs, to our school. And I'm very, like I mentioned to the higher ups, I said, I don't have any concerns with receiving because we have been through this process. Because when you know better, you do better. And we will be better because that's who we are. And we're going to treat people the way that they need to be treated. And so what does that look like from there? So Saturday will be my next big event to be participating and, just kind of start recruiting people that are going to fit our campus needs. Then starting next week in January, the second week of January 3rd, actually, I will be at Zavala next Tuesday, making myself available to families and having them get to know me. And, hopefully we'll be able to recruit some families to our school. And then on Wednesday, the 15th, we do have our family math night for K through second. One of the things that the district is asking us to do is to have an open house for from the receiving campus and for the closure schools. So we're going to invite the Zavala families to come to our math night. And we will also have an open house. So we will also include our student council to be part of this process. They will be the ambassadors giving guides, and there will be the tour guides for our school. And we'll have that event on the 15th. And then the following week on the 22nd, that week I will be out at Holsworth. However, the I'm sorry, the leadership team will take over for me. And you guys will also continue with the math night for third through fifth. That'll be a second open house to our families. And we will also, in those two events for open house, we are going to have one-to-one registration. It is expected for our office team. Anna will lead that process as she is in charge of registration. She's going to ensure that she leads that process so that we can provide supports, just like how we always do to our Douglas families. If they need support with one-to-one registration, we will be here to guide and support our families. Then we will have another open house on the 30th of January. And I believe that one's going to be at Cooley. So I'll give you a little bit more information on that. So January is the open houses so that the families can become familiar with the sister school. I'll be honest. Who do you pick? You pick the teachers. They're going to pick you. And so you guys are vibrant. You are so loving and caring. And I always say that I have such an amazing staff. Like I always gloat about how much you care about our kids. Like you can't make that up. You can't teach people to care. And that comes naturally from you as the nurturers and the teachers that you are. And it just amazes me every day. And I appreciate that from you. And that's truly who you are. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't hold your kids accountable. You're like los regañan como mamás, no como abuelas. Like when I ask the kids, ¿cómo te regañó? ¿Como una mamá o como una abuela? No como mamá. Well, good. That means it's some stern discipline. So thanks for taking care of our kids in that manner, because we always want them to also be their best and live in excellence. During parent-teacher conferences the following month, the 4th of February, Cooley and Zavala administrators will be transitioning between our campus and the Zavala again, just to ensure that we're there to support the families. I will be there with the Cooley principal, and then we'll transition, come back to our school, respective schools, and then our assistant principals will also be out there. So just know that we're going to make ourselves available. Why? Because Douglas is the best place to be in EPISD. So as more things come around we're going to go ahead and work on this together. Definitely going to get Ms. Quintela and Ms. Prieto involved in this process to ensure that we create a very dynamic, welcoming plan for our families. And so as more information surfaces, I will keep you informed as always. Like I mentioned, I wanted to get this out to you as soon as possible. My intentions were to have a quick faculty meeting this afternoon, but due to the closure today, this is why I decided to create a video. Why? Because I think it's important that you get the information from me firsthand. And secondly, if you are hearing any rumors or any information, I want to make sure that you have the correct information. Everything else is a rumor, but if you hear something, let me know and I will definitely clarify that for you. All right. So remember, we're always on the same page and working together hand in hand. All right, teachers and staff. So thanks so much for taking the time to watch this very important video. Again, I don't want to keep you tomorrow because there might be a 2-hour delay. The next couple of days, I'll keep you informed. Make sure that you are on your WhatsApp, ensuring that you know what's coming through and coming about the next couple of days. All right. No, I don't want to have a faculty meeting in the afternoon because of icy roads. I want to make sure that you guys get back home safely. All right. Well, you guys have a great rest of your day. Hope you're watching some Netflix, making some calditos, having some abuelitas. Of course, I'm having a Starbucks. But we'll see you tomorrow. Y'all take care. Bye.